Cool. Hello, everybody, and welcome to IPLCast 53, reporting to you from the It's Not Quite Winter Anymore, or Is It? Weather of Sydney, and I'm going to guess they're having their glorious summer of contentment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe they're having a glorious summer, maybe they're having a winter of discontent. I don't know. But anyway, this is Gino.
I can tell you right now, Gino, it's a nice, bright, sunny day.
And you're spending it with us, the sacrifices you make.
I'm gonna go walkies later, so.
Alright. Okay, so as usual, Gina over here, Megan joining me over there in the
Hello.
The purple-haired seat.
A slightly different room.
Yep, and
Should actually close my door. I can hear.
Yep.
Hold on. I'm gonna close my door.
Katie, of course, joining us from the mother country.
Oh, thank
How's
you
the
very
queen?
much.
Send her
fine.
She
is fine as always.
reporting to us from the mother country as we filthy colonials proceed to run with the show.
Oh, no, thank you. Okay.
But yeah, oh goodness, it's been a very eventful 2 weeks, hasn't it?
Too right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So shall we just skip?
Shall we move on to our first rant of the evening?
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be freaking amazing. Let's talk about
Pokémon GO! Literally, the day after our last episode, when I said the game will still be a few weeks away, Pokémon GO released for Australia, New Zealand, and America, proving my stellar prediction skills are accurate as usual. The mobile app was discovered, downloaded, and logged into by an incredible amount of people, quickly following its unannounced release, launching the game into a #1 spots for both most downloaded free app and most profitable app on iOS due to in-app purchases. Unfortunately, Niantic seems to have been taken by surprise by this instant worldwide fad, and is still currently struggling with overloaded servers causing logging errors, communication errors, crashes, bugs, and server shutdowns. The game's popularity has also resulted in the service being the target of a DDoS attack that overloaded its servers and prevented players from accessing the games for a short while. However, despite the frustration caused by the bug-riddled and poorly connected app, Pokémon GO seems to be deeply loved by trainers new and old all over the world. Pokémon GO has since recently been released in most of Europe and the UK, as well as Canada, with Japan and Latin and South America soon to follow, though the game is still not available in France, Turkey, or Russia. My personal opinion is that the app has turned out to be a lot more fun than I was expecting, considering my concerns with the playstyle, but I'm starting to get worried about the bugs and server problems, because I've noticed community opinions shift from excited optimism at the game's release to anger, frustration, and the beginnings of resentment and rejection. I myself have gotten angry at the game after an evening of getting Pokeball freeze on a third of all encountered Pokemon, resulting in a 5 to 10 minute wait for the game to reopen, on top of a lot of Pokestops not working properly and telling me to try again later. Not to mention the 3-step bug that results in all Pokemon being 3 steps away in the location window and making them impossible to track, which is angering a lot of people right now. Though Niantic has fixed the repeated login request for Google account users, and the game is slightly easier to get into since the last update.
I think we're gonna get a 8.3 update.
I'm looking forward to it because, God help me, I really, really want to be happy with this game, but it is actually shitting me. And our last excursion to the city specifically to play this game it pretty much ended in giving up, not going home all happy, but frustratingly deciding to stop playing the game.
Yeah, no, it did not end well. Although the sushi was good.
The sushi was good, but that is unrelated to the game completely.
That is unrelated to the game, but we did get.
Yeah, I have to say my bit on this as well, because I only got it since last Thursday, and it was very frustrating that that the login thing was a bit buggy, as well as the Pokeball freezes, because I had it every single bloody time, more or less.
Oh, I know. It's extremely... I had a Voltorb I found a Voltorb that was CP 350 in the wild, which was the highest Voltorb I've found so far. And, like, fair enough, if they run away, that's part of the game, it happens. But this is the Pokeball glitch, and it's irritating because that shouldn't have happened. Well. Yeah. It shouldn't have happened, and it shouldn't have then taken me 5 to 10 minutes to get back into the app, meaning that if the Pokemon was still there, I was out of range because I'm with people, and I can't just make them stop for 10 minutes while I reload the game, you know?
I'm just catching a Doduo, don't mind me.
Oh, it was okay today with, like, the short time that I played it. It seemed to be okay. I managed to catch a good number of Goldines, but I did notice that the 3-step glitch was still there.
The 3-step glitch is active. I have been...
a lot of people are getting it. Probably most people, if anything, and there's been a lot of people posting images of rare or powerful Pokemon up onto social media and saying, and essentially venting their frustration with knowing that they'll never be able to find this Pokemon because the 3-step glitch means it's impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. You only with the 3-step glitch active, you only have one marker telling you where it is.
Essentially, it means that on the location window, you know how you'd have 1, 2, or 3 steps to essentially explain how close the Pokemon is to your physical location. The 3-step glitch means all Pokemon are 3 steps away, regardless of how close they are actually to you, which means tracking them down is pretty much impossible. I think
the only way you can do it is, like, there's a dead reckoning method you use using the navigation window, which is the order the Pokemon appear in on the 3x3 column indicate how far they are from you.
Yeah. That's true, and that is one way to do it, but it is still considerably difficult.
Bad.
Yeah,
it's still bad. Also, the frozen Pokeball glitch got me today.
Yeah.
I encountered a CP522 Clefairy.
What? You didn't catch it, did you?
I definitely tried to catch it, and then the Pokeball froze.
Oh, no.
Okay, I have to say this as well, because I did not know when I first actually started out the app that I needed a navigation as well as the Wi-Fi stuff up. So that was a bit of a dumb moment for me.
The thing is, the game doesn't explain how to play it. It just essentially puts you in there, mentions a few small things, and says go. You've got to. Like, it took me a while before I realized that's what the steps meant as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much in terms of the explanation. The battle system, system leaves a lot to be desired.
It's very limited, but I can understand why.
Yes,
these things do need to be done quickly, and it is a phone game, so you can't have that much.
I've had to think about this because I've had a lot of time on the train, and I'm thinking the reason that's set up is because the game doesn't want you to be a solo player slamming down gyms. They want you to attack gyms together.
Speaking of gyms, I have 3 around my community area. I have 3 of them.
We have one down the road, but it's further than the bus stop that we get to go to the station, so it's a bit difficult to get to.
Yeah, I've got to say this. Mine is by, like, a graveyard area, the gym.
Oh.
Yeah, graveyards can show up as gyms and stuff. Yeah. I think Nelson's Column is a Pokestop. The Opera House is a gym, obviously, because who doesn't want to control the Opera House? We had our I love seeing people who were closet Pokemon people suddenly come out in full stride.
I've been seeing so many positive stories about this game.
Yeah.
And really, you've got to not look at the news when you're looking for positive stories, because the news is all about people are finding dead bodies, people are getting arrested, people are trespassing, blah, 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 blah. That's the news. They do this. But if you go to social media, you go to Reddit or anything, and you can see all these stories about people who have talked to people they would never talk to before, or met people, or it's just amazing just how how trainers are interacting with each other through this game. Even if most of them are just standing there staring at their phones in a large group, that's still some kind of interaction. Like you're outside.
It's still a force for social. It's basically a force for social togetherness.
And even if you're not at that time talking to people, the game is itself a conversation point, something that you've already got in common, and people are nicer to other people when you've got something in common. That's how it goes. So, like, even if no one's talking to each other, there's still that sense of community, that everyone is there for the same thing, everyone's like-minded, and it's just really nice to be a part of that.
You know, one of our local Pokestops has just been activated with a lure. And I noticed it's
Is that the park?
Yes, the park.
That gets a lot of lures, actually.
Yeah. You know why? There's a game on right now. Perfect cover. We should, one night we should just go.
I'm not doing poker hunting at night. That's my no-go.
Oh well, look, if you don't feel safe walking out at night, don't force it. That's just the rule. But
I'm more of a daytime person. I need my sunlight.
Cool. Psyduck.
Oh, come
on. What have been your funny stories since playing Pokemon Go?
Okay, so I've got one from the previous Sunday. We were hanging out at the Opera House.
Yeah.
We were hanging out at the Opera House, and there's like 60 or 70 people around us that are just there and hanging around. And so we just...
Really?
Yes. We park near a fountain, and we're just playing around and everything. Suddenly a Pikachu spawns, and somebody yells out, "Oh my god, a Pikachu!"
There was an audible gasp.
Yeah, it was great. I also got punched in the arm when the CP870 Seeking spawned.
I have a Jolteon, and I had been training this Jolteon. I'd been raising this Jolteon. It was CP. It was CP 850-ish, and then he finds a CP 850-ish Seeking, and the exact same Seeking that I got was CP 27.
And then he punched me again when it happened on Friday.
Oh my god, it keeps happening. He's finding wild Pokemon with CP of 3 digits. And, like, fair enough, he's a few levels higher than me, but holy shit.
And then on Friday I found a 4-digit one.
Oh my god, I know.
I found a
CP one.
I found a CP 1040 Seeking in the wild.
Holy shit.
Same Seeking I found. 180.
All right. So let's talk logistics. So levels. I am currently halfway through level 20.
I'm halfway through level 18, but that's only because you can play the game more often than me.
That's true. Well, I also had a bit of a head start.
Yeah, but I caught up with you.
You did. You really rushed it to catch up with me.
You two are way higher than me. I'm only level 4.
To be fair, you've had the game for a lot less time than we have.
You've had the game for a week.
Yeah.
A week and a bit less.
I have a funny story, and this was this past Saturday, just gone. I was basically just going on a little stroll from my house to Tesco's, that is near my house area. I found a couple of water Pokemon where there was no water about whatsoever.
I have found Tentacool in the middle of where we live, which is nowhere near the ocean. What is the Pokemon type ratio that you've been finding? Because considering we live near a coastal city, we get a lot of water Pokemon and bird Pokemon and some bug, like a lot of bug Pokemon essentially, but we rarely have fire or ground or anything like that. So that's actually really uncommon. Like here, imagine further inward, it's a different story. But
okay, I'll tell you what I have found. I have found Caterpies. I have found Weedles. I have found Pidgeys and Pidgeotos. I have found Rattatas and Drowsies.
Drowsy isn't something that's common here.
No. I also found a seal and a Krabby.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of Krabbies and seals in the city. There's also a lot of Dratini that show up there, but they're a lot harder to find.
And one I haven't found yet, but I know what it is, a Ghastly.
Those are supposed to be uncommon, but I've only ever found one. but I'm pretty sure there's a lot more of them around here.
I'm guessing like ghost-type Pokemon are nearby graveyards anyway.
No,
and
Actually,
that is one thing that they have actually done properly, because that has, like, it's a very respectful thing to do.
Yeah.
Ghost Pokemon don't spawn near graveyards, as far as the initial data is concerned. Yeah. Don't go to graveyards looking for it, because think about it. Don't, like,
There could be a service on, or there could be people grieving, and there you are just wandering through looking for ghost Pokemon.
Also,
like,
there are dead bodies in those graveyards. It's not,
Yeah, I have to say this. One of my other friends told me this story. She's American, with her friends playing Pokemon Go as well. Apparently one time they were in the graveyard area, and unfortunately there was a funeral going about.
Yeah, that is why, I think.
Yeah. And her thus friend was paying no respect whatsoever and shouted, "I found a haunter!" And everybody in the funeral service looked over where she and her friend were, she was like, "Oh shit."
I have a really big beef about this that I'm going to rant about now, because we have a lot of space to rant about it. We only have 3 external headlines. Before Pokemon Go came out, I got into geocaching, right?
Yeah.
And geocaching is that sort of location-based hobby where you're out and about and you're looking for things as well. And it's very, very similar to Pokemon Go. In fact, if you're playing Pokemon Go, I would recommend doing that when the servers are down, so you have something to do while you're out there. But one of the things that I noticed, especially with there's a suburb called Rhodes here, which is really unusual because it spawns about 110 of the 110 of the 145 Pokemon that are available in Pokemon Go.
Okay.
Something around that. Yeah. There's 100. Yeah, it spawns quite a bit. So my frustration is that these guys just, like, you're in a public place, right? And you should be doing your part when you're in a public place. As in, you be respectful, you don't make much noise, you don't leave litter. Like, you leave nothing but footprints is kind of like the motto of geocaching. And I'm really ticked off that a lot of people who are playing Pokemon Go are being idiots. I'm sorry.
Disrespectul. I get what you mean.
They've been leaving a lot of litter, essentially.
With apology to your friend's friend, but your friend's friend is an idiot. But it's that sort of thing, right? It's like, you're near a funeral. Freaking put the phone down and walk away.
Yeah.
Like, you don't suddenly scream, "I found a haunter." Like, be aware of your surroundings. This is how people will get killed. And also, don't play the game and drive. Don't ruin the fun for the rest of us.
Oh yeah, my friend said. One of my friends said there has been a sign saying, "Don't poke and drive," or
"Don't Pokemon." Yeah, I've seen it.
Look, state police here have already arrested 2 people for playing Pokemon Go while driving.
They should.
Yeah. You should.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yep. Really funny thing about that is if you look at the surroundings, they're both in Cabramatta. So,
an Australian jab.
Yup. Totally not surprised though.
Well, at least I don't drive, but I still have to pay attention to my surroundings because I am walking quite a bit.
I maintain this while playing the game, as I maintain this in general. If you're crossing the road, put the phone down. You do not stare at the phone. You don't even look at the phone while you're crossing the road. As soon as you hear the go,
I did that
as soon as you hear
on Saturday.
Yeah, as soon as you see the lights, the little walkie man turn green, put the phone down, look both ways, and then cross. And you do not look at your phone again until
not pick the phone back up until you finish negotiating the crossing.
Yep. You don't just assume everything's fine and then go back to looking at your phone. You don't do that. You just put it down.
Yeah.
I always wait for the green man, but I have to actually accept of my actions, because I did a little bit of that, but I didn't went stupidly. So
yeah, so here's the thing. It's like, think of it as just about any other app you have on your phone. You're not stupid enough to be looking at that thing while you're crossing a large street. You're not stupid enough.
Some people have done that.
Yeah, I know.
And they're stupid for it.
Yeah, I hope you're not stupid enough to do that while you're driving. I hope you're not stupid enough to, eat stuff and litter. Well, you don't blame the app for this. This is how you get negative press. Is basically you drop all of you drop everything that would make you a decent human being, and you turn into a trash chucking, noise making jerk.
Yeah. Have you seen some of the YouTube videos of some of the situations that happen to players when they're playing Pokemon Go?
Yes, and I've heard the stories about people falling off a cliff.
Two people fell off a cliff. One was about 50 feet, and the other was 90 feet.
Yeah, it was a 90-foot ditch.
But yeah, and I think there was another one that fell off a cliff of about 130 feet.
Which is why you should watch where you're going.
Yeah, exactly. And they give you the freaking warning as well.
Yeah, they have a Gyarados and everything. So
yeah, I know. But do people pay attention to that? No.
Yeah. All right, so remember, people, be freaking civil. I want to play this game as much as the next person. I don't want to be a statistic. So basically, if I catch another IPLer doing something stupid like this, I'm just gonna approach them and whap them upside of the head. Because you're being an idiot and you deserve that hit. I love you, but it'll hurt.
Yeah.
Must be done.
Yeah,
but yeah, I am going to be playing Pokemon Go today because, like I said earlier in this podcast, I'm going to go walkies with my dog and my mum.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to do it on Wednesday as well because I have charity that day and I'll be in Ruislip. So.
Sounds good.
Also, I love how common these babies are.
Really? They are really common in your
They are actually rather common. They're not too difficult to find at all. And the other thing that's really common in the Sydney side area is Doduo.
Oh my god.
Everywhere.
Oh my god.
They're as common as Pidgey. Which kind of makes sense if you think about it. They seem to be that sort of hot area kind of Pokemon, dry grass sort of thing, which is Australia, but oh my god, they're everywhere.
You guys are so lucky. I haven't.
We're not lucky. They're everywhere. They're not even that strong.
They're a freaking menace, man. They need a call. I mean,
we need to have another. We need to have a Doduo war.
Oh yeah, like the one that happened in
the Eevees. I mean the freaking Eevees. You guys are so.
Oh yeah, no, the Eevees.
You know they're my favorite.
They're.
I have two Jolteon, Larion, and a Vaporeon, and I'm currently trying to get another Vaporeon.
Apparently the naming thing has been working a great number of times. So
that's good.
We'll see if the naming theory works when you finally get to your Jolteon thing. It doesn't work the second time round.
Oh, that's interesting.
It only works the first time.
That's.
Yeah, I've seen it on Game Explain channel saying that actually of that theory as well.
I wonder if it'll work if I already have a Vaporeon but haven't used the trick before.
If you haven't used the trick before, I think it'll work.
That's good.
Yeah.
And it'll work once for each evolution.
That's good because I do want a stronger Vaporeon.
Yeah. Okay. Just noting, by the way, that a long-time YouTuber and IPL member Sketch Panic has put out a how-to video for Pokemon Go on his channel. It is available if you look below.
Yeah.
Below the journal, you'll see him comment it. But we'll add it on the journal as well because I want to.
Oh, I've got to add this as well. I've got to add this as well because the iGame online community is adding this on their website as well. They're having a Pokemon Hunting Go section on their website through coming up this week. So anybody in the
location?
UK based basically.
Yeah. Where?
So basically, what's going to happen is people are actually in the iGame community. Are going to post where they found best Pokemon on the map, so people can go there and try and find those Pokemon.
Okay,
that's
so
good. That's very much something that Sylph Road is doing.
Yeah,
so basically it's a hunting guide.
Yeah, I was about to mention there's a group called the Sylph Road who are doing a lot of data aggregation with regards to sightings, and it's an international initiative.
Very worth checking out.
I would highly recommend both iGames Pokemon thing for UK specific finds and Sylph Road if you can for stuff outside territories. Now
it's going to be like mixed, so it's probably going to be some based on the UK, some based in America, Australia, so on and so forth. So it's going to be those areas.
I've noted that they are. I've noted that they seem to be oddly missing a release for France.
They haven't announced a release for France yet. France, Latin America, and South America, and Japan's coming soon. Those three haven't gotten any announcement for releases.
You know who else hasn't got the announcement for release yet? Southeast Asia.
Really?
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I haven't thought of that one yet.
Yeah.
Russia doesn't have it either. Russia hasn't had an announcement either. Russia and Turkey.
They're probably working on a local language thing. Southeast Asia is really weird because I would expect it to come out in English. So far our friends Rika, Nigel, Ree, and Stalker Guy haven't done. They don't have it available in their region yet. So what a lot of people have been doing since launch is sideloading this app, which I would highly recommend against.
The problem with doing that, not only Niantic has been permanently banning people who they've discovered has been using these external apps. And on top of this, considering how you log into the app, how it lets you use your Google account, you're essentially logging into a third-party application of this app with your Google email and password, and chances are these people are stealing it. Yeah. Chances are you're not only downloading malware, but you're going to lose your account.
If you're sideloading the app, there's no guarantee about the quality of the app and whether or not the login and authentication screen has been replaced.
I agree with Gino on this. Do not load the app on any third-party websites because that's going to get you banned and you would not ever play it.
It's not worth it on the sense that you'll be permabanned, and it's not worth it in the sense that your Google account is pretty important. There's a lot connected to it, and you do not want to lose this. It's a bit safer if you lose your the trainer something
the Pokemon
account?
Trainer Club account.
Pokemon, it's a bit less of a risk because that's an account, not your actual email. But still, it's not fun to lose these things. It's not fun to have your phone riddled with malware. It's not fun to have identity theft or oodles of porn being connected to your account or anything like that. Just don't do it.
So let's go back and talk about Pokemon Go. Have you guys noticed some of the odd behavior some Pokemon have in Pokemon Go? Because I know that Abra runs away after the first chuck.
That's fun.
No.
Yeah.
It's so Abra. It's still.
Because it uses teleport from time to time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's very.
It will use teleport as its first move.
Yeah.
Just, one of the other things of interest that have come up is with regards to Pokemon distribution. There's a theory going around now that 4 Pokemon in specific are region locked.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Farfetch'd in Japan. Mr. Mime in Europe. Tauros in the Americas. And Kangaskhan in Australia.
Really?
The corroboration seems to be right because all I can see of these 4 are Kangaskhan.
That's true. I've seen silhouettes of. What about egg hatching?
Egg hatching might still give you the the chances of hatching one.
Well, I don't know because I have yet to see a Mr. Mime, a Farfetch'd, or what was the other one? Taurus.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them yet.
I would like to see an Onyx. I really would.
They are here, apparently. One of our friends has one.
I
think they hatched it. They also have a pterodactyl. What's
Aerodactyl.
Aerodactyl. That's it. Yeah. They've got one of those. I'm jealous.
I've seen a Porygon and I've seen a Snorlax.
I've seen Snorlax silhouettes.
Yeah.
I haven't actually encountered.
I've never encountered them, but I've definitely seen them.
Venusaur. Oh, and I haven't told you. I caught a Wartortle today.
Oh!
It was only CP 300 or something, but it's a Wartortle, and I'm happy.
Pokédex completion.
I know.
I'm jealous. And I got a squirrel.
We actually get a fair... What we're getting here at the moment are Bulbasaur in the more grassy areas, and coastal we're getting a lot of Squirtle. I haven't seen a wild Charmander yet, which annoys me because my starter was Charmander and I love them, but
maybe I might
no
find
Charmanders.
Squirtles or War Turtles where the place I walked, maybe, because there's a lake there.
Yeah.
So.
There's reports of lakes actually working as well.
Yeah,
I think it has to be large enough to register properly.
Lakes and riverbanks, especially with large rivers, tend to be particularly good spawning areas for water Pokemon.
Because the game can only go so microscopic in the sense. But yeah, large lakes, large rivers, they do actually have water Pokemon congregating around them.
I can't wait to go to the seaside then, by the coast and all that. Then
I can't wait to go outside, but not to work.
I can't wait until they implement trading and battling.
Oh, yes.
That is two things that I'm really looking forward to. Even if they just have local trading, I'm totally okay with that. We can live with that.
Niantic has already said that they basically brought it out with the minimum functionality so people can enjoy it. And they're adding in the features as they go.
That's entirely fair. Considering the problems they've been having, I'm glad that they've kept their dish small, and they'll just pile more on as it goes.
Yeah. No,
these are
good.
things that I'm looking forward to, especially the battling, because that's like just doing it through gyms. It's fun, but it's limited. Whereas being able to actually go up to people and battling people like specifically face to face, that's interesting.
It's fun because it's cool. It's the same way they built Ingress. So they basically released a feature light, and then slowly gave them the ability to do it. One of the funny comments I've heard about gyms, by the way, before we get to who we're allied with, is the fact that a lot of churches are pegged as locations in Ingress, and because that location data transfers over, a lot of churches are either gyms or Pokestops.
Yeah,
so
they're actually getting people showing up and walking in.
Yeah.
And really, it's just down to how they choose to react to that, whether they get cranky or whether they welcome them or whether they take this as an opportunity. But
I've seen a lot of churches just leave food and drinks and some happy people outside to just thanks for visiting kind of thing. That's really cool. I find that cool.
Didn't you get like some people actually going into the freaking police station?
Yes, there is a police station that apparently spawns a lot of Sandshrew, and people have been going into the police station, so the police actually had to put a notice on Twitter saying you can get these Pokemon without actually going into the station. You can just do it outside.
This is an Australian police station too. That came out a few days after. To be like credit to the Australian Defence Force. The Australian police. They have been on board with this thing. They just want to ensure the safety of people. They know it's incredibly popular, and it's cool to see that although they're clamping down on a lot of people, they're being very friendly and accommodating with a lot of what's going on.
I don't know if it's like that in the UK, to be honest. So.
Well, you tell us.
I don't want to take my chances with that. I don't want to take my chances with the police there, honestly.
The other thing I wanted to mention was I think it was Trump Tower.
Oh, this is a funny story.
There was a journalist that went over to Trump Tower and activated a lure module to try and get people to turn up, because that's usually what happens. If you go to a location and the lure module is active and it's near fair population, people turn up. And
pretty much. You get nice little groups of people standing around.
And I want to do this for the neighborhood at some point, but I'm out of lure module, so next time.
Eventually.
I've actually bought some. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're looking to put money into it ourselves. Like, this would be one of the only apps that I'll be willing to put money in, but we're waiting until things get a bit more stable.
It's stabilized. It's stabilized considerably now. Apparently, the issues regarding triple purchasing is gone.
Oh, that's good.
So you can pour in now.
Yeah, I've done that myself, honestly, and I'm good with that. So
all right, Katie.
I'm only gonna do that once.
I would like you to tell me how much in pounds the shop's items cost.
I can tell you the most expensive one for getting such amount of coins.
14,500 Pokecoins is how much?
About, I think, 80 quid.
80 quid. That's about right as per the exchange rate.
I think it's $115 for us.
It's 160.
160, yeah.
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 550 Poke coins here is $8, so it's about 4 quid. I'm going to guess.
Yeah.
Or £3.99.
Yeah, I used that, and I'm only going to do that the one time because I wanted to get extensions for the Pokemon storage and also the bag.
I haven't had trouble with the storage yet, but I was having a lot of trouble with my bag being too full. But now that I've gone down on a lot of my Pokeball stock, it's not so much of a problem anymore.
That for me, that is why I've actually done that.
Yeah,
and
that's something I'll be doing soon too.
Yeah. I would increase the bag space. Definitely the bag space. Not the Pokemon space. I barely have any problems with that.
One tip for managing your bag size is to maintain your number of revives, because as powerful as they are, you don't actually use them as often, because the only time you would ever need to use a revive is when you're fighting a gym and your Pokemon faints. If you're someone else's gym, if you're battling in your own team's gym, the Pokemon will not faint. You only need to use potions to get it back. If you plant a Pokemon in a gym, if you plant a Pokemon in a gym and then it gets defeated and it comes back to you, you only need a potion. You don't need a revive. So you do not actually need that many revives, but you find them a lot more often than you'll be using them. So like I can look into my bag and I'll often see that I've got 80 revives, and I'm just not going to use that much. So I've been whittling it down to 50. I might whittle it down to 30, but that does free up a lot of space to get Pokeballs to do that. So just like make sure you pay attention to how many revives you have, because you do not need that many, and they will take up a lot of bag space that you could have for Pokeballs.
Okay. Thank you for that tip. That's probably what I'm going to be double checking stuff then from time to time.
Definitely check it out.
I haven't got it yet. I haven't got any revives yet, but there is one Pokestop.
You'll get them at level 5 when you actually start accessing gyms.
Gotcha.
So you Trump Tower story, sweetie.
Sorry. Huh?
Trump Tower.
Trump Tower. You're halfway through it.
This guy plants a Pokelure, hoping people will turn up, and no one turns up.
Aww.
Right? Plants a second lure. No one turns up. A block away from where he's standing, somebody plants a Pokelure and 30 people show up.
That is so wrong.
So the lesson of the day is that never use Trump Tower to invite friends. You're just asking for trouble. But we basically, what we like here in Sydney is that we have magic triangles. We have 3 Pokestops that are so close to each other that they intersect.
We've located about 3 of these, I think, where the Pokestops are close enough together that you can activate all 3 of them with a lure, and essentially all 3 of them lure Pokemon, so you can get a lot of Pokemon in a short amount of time.
And if you activate incense while you're in the zone, then it's a party.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so all the best for Niantic, I hope, even with the DDoS attack, because that, the last thing, it's popular, it's obviously going to be a giant target. We hope the best. I am looking so much to what this thing has to offer. It has so much potential. It has the power of social change in it, which is amazing. It's carried so much momentum with it. This is not the time to slack off.
I know. I absolutely love this game. As much as I've been getting extremely frustrated with it, it is one of my favorite games, and I'm sincerely hoping that they gain control of these server issues, that they fix these debilitating bugs, because everyone loves this game, everyone wants to play this game, and at the moment, the only thing that's stopping them isn't boredom, it's not disinterest, it's just bad bugs and server problems, and that's pretty much it. So if they can get on top of this, they would have so much going for them.
Nothing says motivation like $14 million earned in the last in the week since launch, and $12 billion stock value for Nintendo.
Yep. Yeah. And all they have to do now is maintain that by making sure people don't get pissed off and leave, which is what is going to happen if they don't fix these problems.
The hype will die down, and you'll get an appreciable churn rate as less and less people play it. But you're going to have the definite people who are still playing it. And I foresee that if they keep the momentum up for us at the very least, we'll be playing this well into when Sun and Moon come out. Segway!
Oh, yeah. New Gen 7 Pokemon! Next topic. New Pokemon have been revealed for the upcoming Gen 7 game. These newbies include Salandit, the toxic lizard Pokemon. It looks like a crocodile/lizard with a lizard body and a long-toothed snout like a crocodile. Its head is decorated with a bandana and it has purple, creepy eyes. Salandit is poison fire type and has an ability called Corrosion that allows it to poison, and steel type Pokemon. Apparently, it emits a sweet-smelling toxic gas and flames through its tail. It is not very strong, but is very cunning, so expect a playstyle much like dark types. This one's very interesting strategically, that it can actually poison, and steel type Pokemon.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's what I loved about that Pokemon, because we know usually you can't poison a poison type or poison a steel type, but thanks to his special ability, that can be possible now.
It's quite interesting how it's going to end up being used, like how that would affect the metagame, but like more interestingly, its hyping is poison fire, which isn't something I think that exists at the moment.
No, that's true actually.
I think it is the first poison fire one, isn't it?
It is. It is, because thinking about it logically, fires, poisonous fumes, it would make sense.
No, it's definitely very interesting.
Yeah. I can see this in kind of like strategy battles, that they send it in first and do like a toxic move on the steel type and then back again to return it, and then you can easily get weaker until bam, knockout.
It sounds like it's definitely a Pokemon strategy.
It is going to be a Pokemon strategy kind of thing. It's going to be interesting what its final evolution might be, unless it doesn't.
It might also be one that doesn't evolve. It kind of looks like a Pokemon that won't. I think it's going to be a standalone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably going to be that case. But we shall see of what happens in the future. But if it does have an evolution that's much more stronger and still uses that special ability, which is kind of broken, but yeah, I can see it as a type of strategy that Pokemon trainers will use.
Next one, Kitaruguma. Revealed in this month's Cora leak, Kitaruguma is a normal fighting type bear with a black bear body and a pink bear head, almost like some sort of weird helmet. It apparently always likes to hug its trainer, but it is extremely strong and can break anything in half, making it extremely dangerous. It has the abilities Klutz and a new one called Fluffy. This one looks weird. I'm going to say, this one looks weird.
It looks dopey. It looks like a really... I'm not impressed with the design. It looks really generic.
It should be ghost type, considering just how solidly black its body is and how its head actually does look like a pink bear helmet rather than a head.
What's the name of it again?
Kitaruguma.
Kitaruguma.
Yeah. Kitaruguma.
Kitaruguma.
It looks like a weird teddy bear.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I can see that this one will have an evolution. I reckon this one will evolve. But it does look very strange, just the way its head attaches to its body.
I'm just looking at the little picture of the Korokoro scan. I really do not like the next picture.
What?
Oh, it's definitely a bit odd. It does have a pink tail and pink paws. So I guess it kind of, but it's just strange.
Yeah,
Still.
I meaning of like the picture next to like
the next. Okay, this one's very cute actually. The next one that was revealed in this month's Cora leak is Mimikyu. The star of the Cora leaks, Mimikyu is Ghost Fairy. Apparently, it is a ghost that wants to be loved but hates sunlight, so it fashioned itself a cloak in the shape of an old Pikachu toy so that people will befriend it just like Pikachu. The tail is apparently a piece of wood it holds to complete the look. So this Pokemon essentially wants to be loved and it wants to make friends, but no one really loves a ghost type or anything like that, and blah, blah, blah. So it's seen an old toy that's been discarded and it says, this Pokemon is loved by everyone. I want to be part of that. And it's fashioned itself a cloak in the shape of a Pikachu head so that it could make friends.
No,
it's so
cute. Adorable.
I love it.
No, that is creepy.
It is the darling. Yeah, it is the current darling of the leaks. It is.
Everyone's
so much
just
fan art.
attached themselves to it, both because I guess maybe because it's a Pikachu thing, but also I think because of its story that it wants to be loved.
It just wants to be loved.
I really love this one. It's adorable.
I don't like it. It's creepy.
And its typing is interesting too. Ghost Fairy.
Yeah, it is.
That's a first as well, actually. I believe.
It's quite. It's quite a cool typing. I'm just all over this one. I want a plushie of it just because.
Oh God.
I think that one's very cute.
Mimikyu.
Mimikyu. These ones haven't gotten English names yet. I think Salandit is the English name, but Kitaruguma and Mimikyu still need to have English names. Those two haven't been officially released yet. That was Korokoro Leagues. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, yeah, no.
The Mimikyu,
Yep.
Mimikyu, I think some people already have like fears about it. That's another deformed of Ditto or some reason. I don't know.
No, it's definitely a ghost Pokemon.
Yeah.
Definitely not a deformed Ditto, but it
Don't
is going
shoot
to
the
be the
messenger. I'm
latest.
just saying of what I've heard. Also,
It is going to be the latest. What does it look like underneath Pokemon? It's going to replace Ditto. Not Ditto. It's going to replace
Cubone.
Diglett. Oh, and Cubone. Yeah. All
I
these
think
Pokemon
somebody
that we
did
don't
an
know what they
art
look like.
drawing of Mimikyu, not just that Pokemon image, not just that Pikachu image, but also being like a Bulbasaur, Squirtle, all that sort of thing.
It does have that potential. It has that potential for form variations, and it could quite possibly be that it does end up that way because its name doesn't, at least its Japanese name, doesn't seem to specify that it mimics Pikachu. It just says it mimics you. So chances are it could have alternate forms where it will look like a different type Pokemon, and maybe it will have moves or typing that is affected by what it's wearing at the time, which is actually not a unique concept. It's not new, but it is interesting. Like, those things are fun.
Sorry, sad Mimikyu.
Yeah.
It's just how much Mimikyu do you need to elicit sympathy? How much? Like, are you?
I'm just saying that Games Freak image of Mimikyu is creepy to me. I'm sorry, but that one was cute. I have to say.
It is, yeah. I think the default image of Mimikyu is just basically it walking around. It's trying to balance a wobbly Pikachu stuffed head, like plushy stuffed head. But it's like, oh. I'm going to guess that it basically just drew it with.
Okay,
No.
like I said, Game Freak's image of Mimikyu is creepy, but now that I look at it differently, it is quite cute. I have to agree with you guys at that point.
It's one of those ones that grows on you.
I love this particular. Oh my god. Wait.
I'm gonna say it's creepy cute. It's creepy cute.
Well, it's ghost type. Creepy cute.
Yeah, creepy cute.
Yeah. I'm gonna share this. Yeah, so this is a comic where it basically sees, a trainer enjoying a Pikachu. And so it basically just it draws stuff together and it wants to be a Pikachu. We have a convert. Katie, it just wants to be loved.
I know, it's creepy cute, CC. It's a CC.
Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. I really want.
I do very much like this one, yeah.
I want one, and to think how long we'll have to wait before it actually shows up in
Oh, I know.
Go.
I know.
Then again, I am so totally looking forward to Unknown appearing in.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's great.
All the little Pikachu figures and Mimikyu in the middle. And there's actually like way behind there.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, now that we're done gushing about the one Pokemon that mattered,
Oh, I like this next headline.
Next headline, Darkrai joins Pokken Tournament. Bandai Namco has officially announced that Darkrai will be added as a playable character to the arcade version of Pokken Tournament on July 20th, meaning it will probably be on the console version soon. Darkrai will be a Technique Pokemon. This announcement is after data miners found placeholder data for Darkrai, Scizor, and Empoleon in the latest Wii U game update, suggesting that the other two will be officially revealed soon.
Ooh, okay.
When did we last touch Pokken Tournament?
To be fair, we haven't touched the TV at all for quite some time.
I know, but we haven't.
Yeah, same with me actually. To be honest.
Yeah, we've just been trying to get a fourth person to join us on heists. Katie.
Actually, our friend has gotten new internet, and she can now join us. So we have 4 people.
Jen?
Yes.
Yes.
We now have 4 people.
Oh.
You don't need me then.
We don't need anyone anymore. Well, if you go away.
All right. Thanks, Katie.
Shut your face.
Wait. All right, look, Darkrai, I've seen the trailer for Darkrai. It looks pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
It does look pretty kick-ass.
The Super, though, it looks similar. It's nearly similar to Gengar's. That's a bit of a bummer, honestly, to me.
I do like Gengar's Super.
Gengar, I love Gengar. I love the way he laughs. Hilarious.
I mean, his like super special move when he's in Mega Evolution is obviously like a dreamy kind of thing, isn't it? Like a hypnosis dreamy.
I imagine that would come into play. He might use a lot of dream and hypnosis type moves.
Yeah, with Darkrai, when he actually used his super special move, I believe that might be Nightmare that he just used.
Interesting. I haven't seen the video yet, so I can't comment.
Right. Yeah, but the similarity to those two, I'm just going to say it's a bit of a downer, because even though it's like different views of it, it's still the same outcome. That you're sleeping a Pokemon and you are taking HP from it when it's in its worst state, which is obviously being asleep and eating either their dreams or causing a nightmare. So it is obviously the same concept. I can't really say for Chandelure's, though, of what that might be. I know
Chandelure uses more fiery attacks. It doesn't seem to lean heavily on its ghost typing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, with its super move kind of thing. I mean, she uses like a hypnosis kind of thing, and then just a like will-o-wisp kind of thing, and draws energy from that. I'm not sure with that one. It's a different ghost ability that Gengar will use. But I like how unique Chandelure's one is, because it's much more creative with Chandelure. Plus, it using its special move to do that, it's got some lore behind that as well, I think, of what it does.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I can't comment.
That's how I see it. That's how I see it. But Scizor and Empoleon, that's going to be interesting.
It will. I'm worried that this might. I don't know if this is the end of the line for Pokken Tournament as a game.
Hopefully not, because I think people were hoping to get more Pokemon into it.
Yeah, here's the thing though. The uptake for the arcade apparently has been really decent, to the point that I think it featured on Evo at some point. The uptake on the home console version not as much. And
Makes sense. I think the purpose of the home console version is just to get it into other countries more cheaply, whereas I think the main was always going to be the arcade machine.
yeah, and it's a
I
shame
still
that
need to battle you guys on Pokemon Tournament.
yeah.
I still need to battle with you guys.
How about you just battle me when it comes to Pokemon Go when that feature comes out?
That's if it goes wirelessly. It might be a face-to-face thing, but we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Because my CP1276 Slowbro would like to say hello.
But yeah, them mentioning like a hint of like Scizor and Empoleon. Now, that I would like to see of what they're going to do with those two.
I'm looking forward to Empoleon because I don't think the game has enough water Pokemon.
Yeah, I would agree with you with that. I think they need a lot more water Pokemon in Pokemon Tournament to make it a bit more
Does it have
interesting.
Greninja?
No, that's Smash.
It really should have Greninja.
Yeah, I would say it would have Greninja as well. Hello, Mr. Boop.
He has no idea what you're talking about, Mr. Boop.
He needs a theme song. We need to make him a theme song.
Mr. Boop. Mr. Boop.
By the way, this just reminded me of I just saw the comic for Manly Man Doing Manly Things.
Oh no.
If you've seen this week's one, it covers Pokemon Go. So basically the guy's office intern, I think, is playing Pokemon Go while atop a Gyarados. He's like, what are you playing? Oh, it's Pokemon Go. It's like catching Pokemon, but for real. He's on top of a Gyarados.
Oh my god. Oh dear.
Yeah, but anyway, those are our external headlines.
Yep.
Nothing for IPL this time?
Nothing for IPL this time. A whole bunch of stuff has to process. We will be putting up a we will hopefully tonight be putting up a Pokemon Go journal, just with a whole bunch of links to help people.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I can't really recommend anything else besides. Now would be a good time to purchase a power bank for your phone. And that would be a good time to get some really good shoes.
Yeah.
Because you will wear them out, let me tell you, as a guy who wears out shoes while walking.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to have a Pokemon Go adventure today when I go walkies with my dogs and my mum.
Yes, and
so
we're going
be a good boost.
We're going to try and see if riding a tram is actually slow enough for it to register as walking.
Yeah, we'll be doing that on the weekend.
All right, well, I think that's all the time we have for IPLcast 53. We shall be catching you in IPLcast 54 unless something major drops again. I'm looking at you, Niantic. Yeah, there will be an addendum if that stuff happens, but
yeah.
Oh gosh. Right.
It's okay. I haven't made any predictions this time.
No, we're good.
Have I?
No, I don't.
You're scaring me, Megan, seriously, when you say that.
Oh yeah, we won't see Pokemon Go Plus for another 2 months at least.
Yeah, we're not going to see it for another 2 months, and it definitely will not be released tomorrow.
Oh my god.
I'm going to be frustrated if it comes out tomorrow because there are no pre-orders in Australia for this thing.
Yeah.
There are no pre-orders in the UK either.
No, there were pre-orders in the UK, but they're sold out now.
Yeah, I know. That's
That's different from not having pre-orders at all, Katie.
I still want one.
I know. So do we. I'm looking up the terms Pokemon Go Plus Australia to see if I can actually get anything. Nothing! Nothing! Still nothing.
Dear. God damn it. Double checking it every time, Gino, is not going to help you.
Refreshing the page every 2 minutes is not productive.
Don't judge me, F5. Alright, so we will catch you next time on the IPLcast. Hopefully we'll have more to report on, and hopefully that thing we will report on will not be, oh my god, this thing has crashed and burned. Yeah, that's the last thing I want to report on.
I'm hoping these problems gets fixed because honest to God, I want to love this game.
It'll be fun. I am desperately I am enjoying this game. I really am. As a guy who plays a ton of mobile apps, I have given everything up to play this game.
That is true with you, Gino.
Yeah. As a
You've
guy who
barely played Granblue Fantasy.
Yeah. When this thing came out,
that is how serious he is about Pokemon Go.
I stopped playing the one game I was actually playing myself to sleep with.
Oh my god.
Just to play Pokemon Go. So
what the hell?
You have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, Niantic, however the hell you pronounce your name is.
Niantic.
Yeah, it's really funny. We had a bunch of Google guys at work today, and we were all joking around about Pokemon Go. I wasn't. Serious business. All right. Well, we'll call it that. We'll see you on IPLcast 54 from the UK and AU. Goodbye, everybody.
See yous.
Bye. Pokemon Go!